Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rock House Music Alliance channel. I'm real excited to announce that on the phone, I have Bronson and Ryan from the one and only Filthy Heathens. How's it going, fellers?
Good. How you doing today?
Man, I couldn't be any better.
Yeah. If we's doing any better, they'd have to start calling us Andy, brother.
Ain't that
Right.
something? Man, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit. Got some news floating around here. Got a new EP coming out and a new single in the month of May. Tell us a little bit about those.
Yeah, the EP we got dropping is entitled Ethridge. It's something we've been working on. We're real proud of it. Especially this Bronson talking here. My longtime songwriting partner passed away a little over a year ago, and this is kind of our way of paying tribute to him. We named the record after him, and yeah, we're just excited to get it out and get it in front of people.
Yeah, man, it's a good EP. I had a chance to listen to it, and like I said, I listened to that thing about 3 times in a row. I mean, everything on there is just top notch, and you guys have got a lot of versatility across the new music that you're putting out as well.
Yeah, I think that comes from some people call that versatility. I think it really just stems naturally from a lot of diverse background here.
Yeah,
Yeah, each one of us kind of come cut from a different cloth. So, as well as paying tribute to Ethridge Wilson on this first collection of songs, it was also a way for us to bring all of our backgrounds together and kind of figure out who we are.
oh man, that's so cool. Now, when you guys are writing and coming up with this new music, do you ever have any issues with the different backgrounds, or have you found a way to just kind of
Oh yeah.
blend it all together?
No, yeah. Well, we get there, we get it blended, but I mean, there's trouble getting it in the blender sometimes. You know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sometimes there's a lot going on at once, and it takes a minute, but
yeah. Well, with the different backgrounds, sometimes you'll be hearing something as Cody and I grew up playing bluegrass, and I'll be hearing something one way, and then somebody like Ryan that grew up playing metal, he's hearing it a completely different way, and I'm like, this is what I'm hearing, and he's like, are you serious? I'm hearing this thing way over here, and uh, eventually we get it somewhere right there in the middle where it's like, hey, we're both kind of happy with this.
Got you.
yeah, I think we definitely sometimes it can be a little chaotic at first, and I think when we very first started working together, we had some kind of kinks to work out, bringing everything together. We kind of had an idea in mind, and by the time the ideas we all got in the same room and started going, it was kind of like, okay, this is different than what we're planning on, but it's also better. And then eventually, we landed on, this is unique. This is kind of our thing. We got like our own flavor going here. So over time, you're hearing songs that have been crafted for a little while, and as time's gone on, it's gotten a lot easier. I think to
Yeah.
throw all this stuff in the blender than it was a couple of years ago.
Got you. Yeah. Now, do you enjoy that like creative process in the studio or when you're rehearsing this new
Oh
material?
yeah.
That's one of the things that I like. I get itching if I don't try to get and cut some new material from time to time. Like I want to get in that creative space and just
Yeah,
go where it
I
goes,
for yeah, and that's what's fun about that part of the process is because like when you're out playing shows and stuff, you've already got it figured out, and at that point you're vibing on the energy in the crowd, and uh, putting out what you've been working on. But when you're in the studio and crafting the formula for the new songs and stuff like that, it's a little more private, and it's a little more just like you said, more of a creative process. And if you don't enjoy all the parts of it, it's hard to do it. So yeah, I mean, we definitely have fun with that part of it as well.
yeah, I like
Yeah, I would say.
Oh, go ahead. I'm
my
sorry.
bad. Yeah, I on a personal level, it's my favorite part. Actually, I love getting down to the kind of like the origins of these new ideas and kind of, well, in some of the new ideas start in there, of course, but being able to take, kind of a random, idea or group of lyrics and parts and kind of watch it come to life in there and watch all these different instruments get involved and different sounds get involved and even, you played three different Les Pauls on one song and they all three sound different and like that part I think is like a lot of folks that hear it in the end don't necessarily pick up on all that, but that is like the devil in the details for sure. That's definitely it's definitely my favorite piece of bringing this stuff to life,
Yeah, I like
even
that.
though the live shows what we're known for at this point.
Yeah, I like that piece too because you can take some chances when you're writing and you're trying to put everything together that you damn sure can't take on stage because it could wind up in a train wreck, right? So you could
Oh yeah.
you could swing for the fence during that creative process and really throw something out there that might be new and innovative, something that somebody hadn't heard before. And if it sucks, then okay, it sucks. We just laugh about it, move on. Right?
Yeah, that's the thing about stuff that people ain't heard before. Sometimes you get to going on stuff like that, and you're like, man, ain't no one ever done this, and then you like workshop it, and it's like, yeah, there's a reason there ain't a bunch of this floating around. This was the wrong answer.
Yeah,
It was nice, like on this Ethridge process. This is probably the first time that we've all been able to kind of go in and track and try stuff, basically experiment with different instruments and pedals and take our time with it. A lot of times when you're going into the studio at our level, you're kind of like, okay, you got to lay everything down in one day. You've got 8 hours to do all the drums or 8 hours to do everything in certain instances. So being able to just pump the brakes, take our time, listen to it, go back a few weeks later and say, we don't like how the drums sound and redo them. That was a really cool angle and innovative and mind-opening angle, I think, for all of us that we haven't gotten to do it that way before.
well, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
our buddy Patrick Himes that we recorded with, man, he was real open to us, experimenting in there. He never made us feel like we was in there wasting his time or anything like that. So, I mean, we'd get in there, drink a couple of beers and talk about what we're, trying to accomplish. And it was, like Ryan said, it was a really cool, fun process to be able to do that in real time there at the studio.
Now, how long did
Yeah,
it take you guys to complete the EP from start to finish?
Well, that's a loaded question because we actually started working it a couple years ago before we were even in this lineup that we have right now, and we've just we're kind of buying studio time and going in there and messing around, and then we'd be out of the studio for weeks and then come up with ideas, and then uh, we'd have months off and go back in there and say, hey, we're actually not even going to cut this song anymore. And then once we got in this formation that we have right now here with uh, the Heathens, we kind of had to put our nose to the grindstone here a little bit and really just kind of tighten everything up over the course of about 6 months and really dial in and get everything where we needed it to be, because we had other opportunities presenting themselves, and we were getting out of town and getting some cool opportunities for the year, and so it's really hard to say exactly how long it took, because we just went through it just real laid back, just a couple of buddies, getting together and trying to lay down music, and then it just grew into what it is now, where we're in 17 states this year, and it's like, we better have some music out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, to try to.
that's that organic growth coming in there right there. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
and you
I
guys are
would say
you guys are burning the roads up, man. I look at your schedule and stuff on Facebook, and man, y'all are just out there. I mean, you're doing some gigging, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and truth be told, we were going to originally do a full length record, and as these opportunities have presented themselves, and we've kind of started running here, uh, we shortened it up a little bit because we didn't want to compromise the experimenting and the integrity of what we were doing on the collection of songs, but we're getting ready to be gone for most of the year. So if we don't put it out now, we're going to be sitting on it till the end of the year. So
And music's funny business like that. You gotta, like you said, we're burning up the roads. It's like when that opportunity comes, you gotta strike when the iron's hot.
Yeah.
Because if people are booking you and allowing you to come to their state and their venue, I mean, you want to get out there and take advantage of it and show them what you got. And no time like the present on stuff like that.
Yeah, and right now, independent music is pretty hot. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
I'm seeing new venues pop up all the time that are focused on folks like you guys that are just out there making badass music and doing it your way. Which I was cool to kind of get a chance to talk to you guys about this EP and the fact that you didn't have that pressure of it's got to be out by this date or no external influence. And I think that's where you get the best music is when you just let musicians do what they do. I always say, don't tell Bob Ross what to paint, right?
Right. He's putting happy trees on the board.
Yeah,
You leave him alone.
Y'all got a bunch of happy little trees in that EP.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
telling
damn
you
right.
what, I mean, there's some stuff that I heard, and I'm like, man, I could go back and listen to that right now. I mean,
Yeah, we appreciate that.
yeah.
but I'm looking forward to this releasing on May 2nd. That is correct, right? May 2nd.
Yeah,
Yes,
May
sir, May
2nd it
2nd.
comes out. Yep.
So the public's going to get they're going to get their face melted off. I guess it's a dandy EP if I've ever heard one.
Well, yeah, we're hoping May 2nd will be a day of melted faces and full ears. So
Yes, sir.
Now I want to talk to you guys about this single that you've got coming out as well. That's going to be released. Am I saying it right? Cyril.
Cyril, yes, sir.
That's going to be released May 23rd.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
And number one, as a veteran, I was in the Air Force for 4 years. So thank you guys for the insight and taking the time to address an issue such as that. So really, hats off to you guys for using your art and your talents to do good for other people as well. So,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's something that's important to us here. It's something that some of us have dealt with personally. So it's a real thing that has touched our lives. Our guitar player Cody was a combat veteran himself, and he's had many buddies succumb to that same fate of, you know, suicide after PTSD, and to me, I consider it to be a pandemic in this country. And, one of my best friends in the world that I wrote the song about, Cyril Rockwell, that was the same fate that he come to as well. So it's something that's real to us, and it's something that unless you've been touched by it, you really don't realize that, man, there's 22 veterans a day taking their own life. And this is a way for me, in the only way that I know how, to anytime I've got a room full of people and a microphone and the attention of the room, I can remind people, hey, if you've got friends or family that have served, call and ask them how they're doing, call them, ask them how they're really doing, and, pry even a little bit if you got to, because, I mean, these guys are tough. These people are, they have learned to, kind of put their feelings to the side. And I know in my situation with my buddy Rocky, there wasn't a lot of warning signs. This was one of the happiest guys I knew. And, So to me, it was a great way to pay tribute to him, but also try to open some eyes here to, reaching out and getting help, and maybe reaching out and getting help for your friends and your family that have served.
Yeah, and there's no shame in that either. I know a lot of us veterans will think, just like you said, oh, we're tough and this and that and the other, but you can't
Oh yeah,
internalize that. You can't do it perpetually, and there's no shame and no harm in asking for some help, even if it's just talking to your buddy, you know, um,
right.
just whatever that it is. So if any veterans are listening to this and might be struggling with those kind of things, that's one thing I want to really kind of foot stomp is, hey, asking for help is totally cool, and
Yeah,
nobody's gonna judge you for that or do anything really other than try to step in and help and do what they can.
right.
But man, I listened to that song. That's one of those, I call them chicken skin songs, because you get all them chill bumps and whatnot. It looks like chicken skin, you know.
Hmm.
I listened to that. Now there might have been I might be allergic to the song because my eyes started doing some weird stuff and the water was
Yeah,
coming
get to
out of
cutting
them.
them onions on you.
Yeah, it happened. I'll be man enough to admit it, but man, the versatility that you guys have. So you go from a toe tapper like Tupelo Sun over into that one. It just really highlights your guys' musicianship and artistry and songwriting abilities. I mean, you guys you're on all over the map, and every bit of the things that you do is just top notch music. And I'm personally a lifelong fan. I'll guarantee that. And looking at you guys' schedule, it looks like you're building a hell of a lot more fans out there too.
Yeah, we're excited about some of this stuff we got coming up for sure. There's, like we were saying earlier, there's just been some cool opportunities with us. We're going out to Bucks in Nebraska with Ellis Bullard. That's going to be amazing. We're going to Third and Lindsley in Nashville, which I lived in Nashville for a long time, and to be able to go back to a place I consider home, and play at Third and Lindsley where I've seen a lot of my heroes play, and I've played riders rounds there, and it's just amazing to have this coming to us. You know what I mean? Some guys that was drinking beer in the studio a year and a half ago, just buddies playing music. It's
Yeah,
it's cool.
Third and Lindsley, I'd definitely say that's kind of a bucket list venue for us. So that's coming up on June 25th, and we're really proud of that one. We're
Yeah.
looking forward to going through Nashville, and that actually kicks off a cool little run we're doing with the Comancheros. We're going into the Twisted Tree, Duke's Indy, and the Southgate, which is all kind of in our like Midwest
Yeah,
region there.
Indianapolis, Illinois, and Newport, Kentucky there. So that'll be a fun little run.
Man, that's you guys in the Comancheros.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be
Dude,
wild.
that's cool, but that's a high octane damn show right there.
Yeah,
My
hip
God,
waiters required that night.
that is. Shoot, I may have to fly out to the Midwest and try to catch one of them.
Come on.
Yeah, we'd love to have you.
That's a pretty badass night of entertainment right there, if I've ever heard of it.
Yeah. So we got some cool festivals we're getting on this year too. We're going out to Sturgis this year, which is wild.
Nice.
Hell, we couldn't book the local Harley Davidson dealership here, a year ago, and it's like now we're going out to Sturgis, and we're going out to Gordy's Highway 30 out there in Filer, Idaho, with the old 60's going to be out there. Aaron Lewis, Luke Grimes, which is from here in the Dayton, Ohio area as well. So,
Oh
I
man,
mean, just crazy cool stuff happening, man. We're just fired up for it.
exactly. Yeah, you guys are. Ain't that funny how that happens? You mentioned you couldn't play the local Harley shop, and then now you're doing all these badass tours with all these cool people, and
I know.
you're just right up in amongst them.
We talk about that all the time. It's like, what the hell is going on here? All of a sudden.
I guess that perseverance pays off. You just keep working at it, keep doing it, and finally it might hit for you.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Yeah, you have to just keep trying stuff.
and we don't take it for granted for that reason. We get out here and we're playing a live show, and we're going to put 120% effort into every one because people are out here spending their hard-earned money to come see us play. We're like, man, we want to give them something they're going to remember. So it's been cool to actually get out here and get in front of unique eyes and in unique states and just really lay it all on the line like that. And man, we've been getting great reactions in the live shows, and that's kind of our bread and butter, man. We just go hard live, and uh, it's been great to see that reaction. So
Yeah, I
Yeah,
really
dude.
enjoy watching your guys' videos and stuff because you guys are, I mean, you've got her turned up to 11 and just getting after it. And
hmm
I want to catch a show so bad. I've been, like I said, and like we talked a little bit about before, we want to get you guys out here to the farm, and we might do a little show out here and record a podcast with you guys and
yeah, I
whatnot.
never shot a 50 cal rifle,
I see.
so
Yeah, I see. The word seems to be getting around in the community that this is the place to
uh-huh.
go. Now, I
Yeah.
will. I will. I've got some breaking news. So I'd ordered a scope for this thing, and it got back ordered. It took me 11 months to get a scope. I got a suppressor quicker than I got a scope. So we've been shooting that thing with a red dot on it, and everybody's been picking on me about it. And I said, anybody can hit with a high-powered scope. It takes a legend to do it with a red dot.
Hey, somebody's gonna leave out of there with a little raccoon eye. Keep that scope on there. I've seen that happen a bunch.
Yeah, yeah. And actually, it's really not that much more recoil than a 12 gauge. And that's the thing.
Really?
Yeah, that's the thing that
Oh,
worries me about it is because it's so fun to shoot. I was kind of hoping it was going to be one where you'd, send one or two rounds and you're like, okay, I'm good, I'm done. But it's not. Like, it's actually fun to shoot. So at
see,
somewhere between
guns are wild.
yeah,
Go ahead.
somewhere
Sorry.
between $5 and $8 a round, you're sitting down there running through ammo, and you're like, well, that was $100 in 10 minutes.
Uh huh.
you know?
Yeah, you normally spend money that fast at the strip club.
Yeah, yeah. So we got to
That
get you guys out here, and the flamethrower has been another big thing that everybody likes too. So we'll fire the
Oh
flamethrower
yeah.
up, and do some.
But you get a couple of redheads on a flamethrower, brother. I don't know if world could take all that.
Yeah.
Be orange everywhere.
Running hot.
Hey, old Clint Park about got me with the flamethrower. He got a little excited there and was swinging her side to side. And I was saying, hang on, Clint, just a minute. Here, I'm standing here.
That's funny.
But yeah, we have a good time with that stuff. And I'd certainly like to get you guys to do a show when you come here. And we'll get some of these East Tennessee people over here and let you just get out there and raise hell with them and show them what it's all
Oh yeah,
about.
brother. We'd love to do it.
So yeah, we'll work on that, and yeah, I'd say it'd probably be toward the later of the year. I think we're all going to be busy playing live shows here next couple months and stuff. So whenever we get a little bit
Yeah,
of downtime,
every time I look at our calendar, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna be busy for a minute.
No
yeah,
downtime. That's right.
yeah, yeah, you guys are. I mean, hey, here's a good thing. There's demand, and people are into your music, and that's a lot to be said for that too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good times. Well, guys, I won't take up too much more of your time. I certainly appreciate you calling in and chatting with me today, and looking forward to this EP release and the single coming out. What's
Yeah, absolutely.
the next handful of shows where people can catch you? I plan to get this out here today or tomorrow, so where can people catch you here in the next couple weeks?
Well, we're heading out tomorrow. We're heading up to Ryder Saloon up in Minnesota. We're gonna be out there on Friday, and then we're in Iowa, St. Charles, Iowa, Saturday at the Talk Shop Lounge, and then we're doing a private event out at Duke's Indy next week, and then we're back home for the EP release at JD Legends in Franklin, Ohio.
Nice. You guys are putting some Dallas Moore miles in out there, doing all these.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, y'all are y'all are getting after old Uncle Dallas there on the record for miles in a year, I believe.
Well, we're actually doing next month. We're doing a gig with Dallas on the 29th of May here close to home. So we'll compare our logbook on our mileage this year. See,
Yeah, y'all have to.
I think he's probably got us beat.
He might have you beat. He's a legend for doing that kind of stuff. I see his stuff. I'm like, how in the hell does he get there without a jet?
Yeah. Oh, he's always moving. It's wild. It'll be like, how's he in Texas tonight and Ohio tomorrow?
Yeah. Like
you have to leave halfway through the set to get home.
You reckon if he's got some robots out there running around?
He's at least got a police escort.
Yeah. Are they in front of him or behind him?
Both.
Oh, we love Dallas. I'm gonna get the chance to work with him later this year up at Wazfest, and Joe Wazalowski's got that going on up there in New York. I think you guys are playing New Year's up there this year, right?
Yeah, we are. Yeah. That'll be a good time.
Oh man, y'all are gonna love it.
I've never been to New York, so that'd be cool. I've never been to Minnesota either, so that'd be fun this year. We're getting a lot of new states on our book here.
Yeah.
We went out to Nebraska this year and didn't know nothing about that, and I mean it was like, you go out there and hang out at Bucks, and it's like, well, I can see myself living in Nebraska. I mean, they take good care of you out there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, guys, like I say, I won't take up too much of your time here. We'll jump off here, and I'll get this thing edited and put out for everybody. But
yeah,
certainly love your music. Please keep doing what you're doing, because you guys are doing something real good out there. And I think all of us independent music fans are real happy about it. And I'll catch you guys at a show as quick as I can. And then, like I said, we'll get you over here just as soon as we can, work it in on the schedule and everything. So it's been.
I'll start stretching my shoulder out now.
Yeah, get it stretched out, and we'll get down there and see if we can't do something real crazy with that 50 cal. I figure we could cut some trees down with it or something. I need to do a little pruning
Might
anyway.
As well.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, it's been a pleasure catching up with you, and we'll talk to you before too long.
Yes, sir. We appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, guys.